Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we are in New York to take on the NL East leading Mets. Coming off the off day, we will put some bench players in the game. Give the other half a day off. I think that'll work. Excuse me. As you might have noted, Jonathan is on the mound to pitch for us today. He actually had been hurt, and I think if he had tried to go yesterday, he still would have been hurt, but thanks to the off day, I think this was his first day back from injury, so he is able to keep the rotation rolling as usual. As you probably note, this is not Citi Field. Now, this came out just a year or two before Citi Field opened, so this is still Shea Stadium. And this is our first look at the Mets this year. We kind of helped put them into first place by beating up on the Phillies. They're currently holding a 2-game lead over Philadelphia, so we'll see if we can help put Philadelphia back in front, although, you know, they have to do their own work on that. Lagarde on the mound. I feel like we saw him earlier somewhere else. I might have to see if he was traded here. But here's Kester to lead things off today. First pitch is called a strike. Just throwing that big slow curve to start the game. There's a changeup that he gets a swing and a miss for strike three. Miyake to the plate. First pitch is called a strike. Fastball on the outside corner. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Called strike three. 2 away. Chief at the plate then. First pitch, called a strike, or swung and miss, sorry. I don't know why I started saying that. 0-2 count. Lagarde. Oh, finally somebody makes some contact, and Chief puts it into right field for a base hit. I'd say Lagarde making us look kind of silly at the plate, but Chief comes away with a hit. Brings Quinton to the plate, who swings a bit wildly. That fastball too high. Bounces down by Quinton's feet. He spins out of the way. He's batting left-handed, I should note. And he has a 3-1 count. Lagarde all of a sudden having trouble finding the plate. That slider called a strike. Full count. Runner will be off. And Quinton puts this down into center field for a base hit. Chief on his way to third. Throw will go there, but not in time. Runners on the corners for Zach, and the Chiefs. The Chief was the batter there just a second ago. And I'm stumbling over my words this morning. Zach grounds out to second, and that ends the inning. So the Squirrels with a threat, but no score. Perfect S is going to lead things off for the Mets. You saw the defensive lineup we came up with. Jonathan on the mound. Here is Perfect S at the plate. It's been a little bit since I created him, but if I remember right, he's a high contact, low power guy, but he's got 11 home runs. It's not nothing. He has a 1-2 count at the moment, and he will put a line drive right to Phil for the first out of the inning. Luis Castillo to the plate. First pitch called a strike. That fastball a bit high. Curveball popped up. Sweeney going over into foul ground makes the grab. Vernon Wells now batting. He will look at a curveball for strike one. That pitch just a bit high. swing and a miss. Makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will end the first inning. We go into the second with no score. Sweeney will lead things off for the Squirrels.
Number 7, Sweeney, first baseman.
That curveball well outside. There's a called strike. Sweeney's going to ground out to second for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Martinez to the plate. I feel like maybe he should have noted this earlier, but I'll say it now. But the NL East has, by a fairly decent margin, the lowest win total of all the divisions. The Mets, I mean, I don't even think they would be in second in a lot of the divisions. So, it's looking pretty likely as of right now that whoever does come out of the East, the Mets or the Phillies, seems like that will be the team that we will play in the first round of the playoffs this year. So these games might be a little interesting for that. Phil at the plate. There's 2 outs with nobody on. He has an 0-2 count. He swings and misses for strike 3, and that will end the top of the second. Go to the bottom half of the inning, where Carlos Delgado will lead things off for New York.
Number 21, Carlos Delgado, first baseman.
First pitch is called a strike on a palm ball. It's another called strike on the outside corner. Called strike 3. Delgado offered at none of those pitches, and they were all strikes. Angel Pagan at the plate. He looks at a ball. Here's a called strike, 1-1. That curveball bounces in. Also just misses inside. We've got a 3-1 count. God will draw a walk. That's the first base runner for the Mets today. Jay Payton at the mound. Man, that's a name I'd forgotten about, but I do remember him. He will ground into a 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the inning. No score as we go into the third, where Jonathan will lead things off. Jonathan no longer pitching a perfect game, but he has sat the Mets down in order so far. Though he hasn't made it through one whole turn through the lineup, so it's not really saying a whole lot. Jonathan with an 0-2 count. Swings and misses. 1 away. Kester at the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat. 1 of 5 strikeouts Lagarde got the first time through our order. Starts off this at-bat with a strike, and then Kester puts the second pitch out into right field for a base hit. A 1-out single will bring Miyake to the plate. He also struck out the first time up. Looks at strike 1 here. Looks at strike 2. Both on the outer half of the plate. Gets a hold of this one. That'll go into right field for a base hit. Kester will cruise into third base. Runners on the corners for Chief. 1 away. Chief already with the base hit today. Looks at strike 1. That changeup bounces in. Guard follows that up with the changeup that also bounces in. 2-1. That fastball up and in. It's a 3-1 count. There's a called strike. Full count, but only 1 out, so runners will stay put. Chief fouls this one back. We'll try again. Up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Kester scores the first run of the game. Leaves runners on first and second for Quinton. Still just the 1 out. Quinton also with the base hit his first time up. Has a 1-1 count to start this at bat. Yeah, that fastball I don't think was supposed to be a fastball. I think that was a failed curveball. But it was out of the zone at least. Now a 2-2 count. Curveball in the dirt. Full count, 1 out. Runners stay put. Quinton strikes out swinging. 2 away. It's up to Zach to put on some more damage. First pitch, a fastball for a strike. Bounces in a curveball. Curveball was really working in the first couple innings, but seems to have lost his release point a little bit here as he misses another one. A ground ball, but it's fouled away. So we've got a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. That was the better curveball. Zach comes up empty. So that ends the top of the third. The Squirrels get a run on 5 hits so far. John Buck is going to lead things off for the Mets in the bottom half of the inning.
Number 14, John Buck, catcher.
First pitch from Jonathan, a palm ball that hits the dirt. And that one just a bit outside. We've got a 2-0 count. Ground ball to second. Phil will pick that up and throw to first. 1 away.
Number 076,
Bittner, not sure when he was drafted, but he's playing third for the Mets. Got 38 RBIs, 4 home runs, and batting .255. Don't know how impressive that is because I don't know how long he's been in New York. Back in 2008, I'm not sure. As the Bittner has a 3-1 count. I don't remember where the Mets AAA team would have been. I think, were they Syracuse back then? They might still be Syracuse. Anyway, Bittner draws a walk, so the Mets still no hits, but they've had a couple walks. Lagarde at the plate, looks like he's hitting like a pitcher. Does have a home run to his name. Oh, I totally missed. Lagarde struck out. Sorry, I was looking up AAA. Perfect S has a 2-0 count. Make it 3-0. No, Syracuse was Toronto back then. It's Buffalo these days. Let's see. Perfect S though, with the full count. Runner will be off, and a swing and a miss ends the inning. Mets not going down in order anymore, but they still don't have a hit as we go into the fourth. Sweeney's going to lead things off for the Chiefs.
7, Sweeney.
Oh, the Mets were New Orleans back then. They were a PCL team. Huh. Maybe that's why I didn't remember. So where are they now? Because obviously that's before all the changes to AAA that we've seen as of a few years ago. Well, when I searched before, I knew I wanted baseball. Apparently didn't know I wanted baseball this time. Alright. I don't need the classification history, I just need it right now. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job announcing the game. Went down my own little rabbit hole here. Alright, currently... Yeah, the Mets currently have Syracuse as their AAA alignment. They're now the Syracuse Mets, not the Sky Chiefs like they were for a long time. I guess they were just the Chiefs. I remember them as Sky Chiefs. Apparently that started in '97, when I would have been 11. So they're just the Chiefs before that. And they went back to the Chiefs after I graduated college. but not anymore. They've been just the Syracuse Mets since 2019, apparently. All right, got all that out of the way. Let's lock back into this game. Mets have got nobody on and 2 outs. Carlos Delgado at the plate. He hits a ground ball to Phil. That will end the inning. So we move into the 5th. The Squirrels still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And Jonathan will lead off at the plate. Jonathan struck out swinging. Just finishing up the second go-around of the Squirrels' order. Lagarde sitting at 9 strikeouts. I'm sure he'd love to be in double digits, but he won't get there. At least through 2 go-arounds. A ground ball to second. Kester 1 for 2 on the day. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Looks at a curveball for strike 1. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Ground ball that should be handled fine, and it is by Perfect S. 2 away, Miyake at the plate. He is also 1 for 2. Got a base hit in his last at bat. Swings and misses at the curveball. And that fastball just a bit inside. This one inside as well, make it 2-1. There's a called strike. Ground ball right to Castillo, and that will end the top of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and Hel Pagan will lead things off for the Mets. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Really wish I had some Kleenexes in here. Must have gone through that box. First pitch to Pagan is called a strike on a high fastball. Pagan, I think rightfully, thought it was too high. Fouls off the second pitch to make it 0-2. Palm ball gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 down. Jay Payton hit into a double play in his first at-bat. He looks at strike 1. Little blooper towards short. Kester makes the grab. 2 away. Joe Buck hit a ground ball in his first at-bat. That slider is too high. Palm ball called a strike. Ground ball towards third. Chief on to first. And that will end the inning. We keep rolling along. It's into the 6th. A 1-0 Squirrels lead. And they will start off with Chief at the plate. Chief is 2 for 2 on the day. Both singles. Hasn't added to his apparently record-setting double season. I don't actually know how many doubles he has. Some of these records I feel like are since 2008 and not since the beginning of baseball. Chief gets a bloop towards third for the first out of the inning. Quinton looks at strike 1. That one outside. It's a 2-1 count. And now a 3-1 count. Curveball called a strike. Full count with nobody on. 1 away. And that one bounces in for a walk. Looks like Earl Webb set the MLB doubles record in 1931 with 67. So I'll have to try to remember after this game to go check to see how many doubles Chief actually has this year. See which record they are claiming as the record. Sweeney 2 on with 1 out. Runners on first and second, and he will hit this one towards the middle. High hop might save the double play. The Mets do get an out at second, though. So 2 away for Martinez. Runners on the corners. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Called strike 3. That will end the top of the 6th. Squirrels still ahead 1-0. The Mets will start off with Bittner at the plate. Bittner walked in his first plate appearance. Looks at strike one here. This one is fouled away. That'll make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down. They're going to pinch hit for Lagarde, who's pitched 6 great innings, but they need a run, so they're going to turn to Carlos Beltran to try to get one. He's only got 1 home run on the year, so that tells me he has not seen much time this year. Beltran, though, with a 2-0 count in this at-bat. High fastball, called a strike. Swing and a miss on a curveball makes it 2-2. High hopper. Chief waits on it to come down and gets it to first in plenty of time. 2 away. Perfect S. 0 for 2 on the day. He has lined out and struck out so far. Looks at strike one here. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Little bloop into very shallow right, and that will be the Mets' first hit of the day. Breaks up the no-hitter with 2 outs in the 6th, so, in some ways that's actually good. That means we don't have to push Jonathan coming off of injury. He can come out in his normal 6 innings. Luis Castillo has a 1-2 count. He will strike out swinging to end the 6th inning. 1-0 Squirrels as we move into the 7th, and Phil will lead it off. What was his first name? Mike McDougal is going to take over on the mound. I wanted to call him Ian McDougal, but I know that's not right. He was a guy, he was a kicker for Wabash and later transferred to Purdue. So that's why that name was stuck in my mind. This is Mike McDougal, and he has Phil with a 1-1 count. Bloop towards second. Castillo makes the grab. Actually wasn't that badly hit of a ball, just not well placed. We do have a lead, so Marvin gets to be the pinch hitter today. He will bat left-handed. First pitch, up and out. Second pitch, down and out. Neither of them super close. That one is a strike on the inner half. Ground ball towards second. Castillo picks it up and gets it to first. 2 away. That will bring Kester to the plate. He is 1 for 3 so far. Swings and misses at the first pitch. That slider a bit high. And then one down in the dirt. 2-1. Misses again, makes it 3-1. Outside, and that's a walk. There's been a lot of walks in today's game. Miyake 1 for 3 on the day. Runner on first with 2 outs. Swings and misses at a sinker. Swings and misses at another sinker. I don't know why he wouldn't throw it again. Which he does not, and gets a ground ball. So that brings us to the 7th inning stretch. Vernon Wells will lead off on the other side. Squirrels still ahead, 1-0. Okay, good enough. All right, let's go get Gonzalez into the game. Feel like we haven't seen Gonzalez in a hot minute. I'm probably misremembering, though. The games do tend to run together a little bit when there's so many of them. All right, Vernon Wells in the box. He has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Swings and misses at a changeup. Pops the slider back to the net behind home plate. And then swings and misses at a fastball. One down. Carlos Delgado, also 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out. Looks at strike one. That pitch down and away. Pitch up and out. It's 2-1. Popped into center field. Miyake coming in, and he will make the catch. 2 down. Angel Pagan, now batting left-handed, has walked and struck out so far today. Has a 2-0 count to start this at-bat. Grounds to short. Kester on to first, and Pagan made it fairly close for a routine play. We'll move on to the 8th inning. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead, and Chief will lead it off. McDougal still on the mound. Chief 2 for 3 on the day. Looks at strike one. Lines just foul down the left field line. And this goes through the right side of the infield for another single. 3 hits, 3 singles for Chief. Quinton is 1 for 2. He walked in his last at-bat. He will continue to bat left-handed as he fouls the first pitch away. Grounds this one to first. Throw goes to second, and it is in time. No throw back to first. So the Mets do get the lead runner for the first out of the inning. A runner still on first with 1 out. And that will bring Zach to the plate. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Hits this one up the middle, and that'll get through for another base hit, but Quinton was waiting to see if that line drive went through, and he ends up getting thrown out at second. So runner on first with 2 away. Sweeney grounds to first, and the Mets get out of the inning. No big deal. No runner gets past first base. Gotta say, Quinton with a bit of poor base running there helped things out. So still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Jay Payton will lead things off for the Mets. And we will go get Hermida to do the setup inning.
Your attention, please. Now coming on the pitch for Indianapolis. Number 7, Hermida.
All right, Jay Payton is 0 for 2. He's flown out and hit into a double play. Grounds this one to short. Kester on to first, and that is 1 away in the inning. John Buck has ground out in both at-bats so far today. That curveball misses inside. Hits this one towards second. Phil catches it on the fly. 2 down. Bittner has walked and struck out so far. And he hits it into center field, and that will drop in for a base hit. I think only the second Mets hit of the day. Mets will pinch hit for the pitcher spot. Oh no, they're going to pinch run. Why would you pinch run but not pinch hit? I don't know, especially with 2 outs. Baffling choice, but it goes in, and it's going to fall in for a hit into right field. So apparently I don't know anything. Mets put runners on the corners with 2 outs. Perfect S at the plate. They check over on first. Swing and a miss on a changeup, we'll say. Ground ball to first on the curveball, and the Squirrels get out of the inning. We go to the 9th, still just a 1-0 game. Martinez will lead things off. And Umbria is going to come into play third, and it looks like Vernon Wells is going to come out of the game as well. Martinez has struck out in all 3 at-bats so far. Hits this one, but it's a ground ball to second. 1 away. Phil at the plate has struck out twice and lined out. His average has dipped below 200, which is why he is not our starting second baseman after the first season. He gets a base hit here, though, into left. Probably put his average back up over the Mendoza line. 1 on, 1 out, and we will get Tom in to pinch hit. Tom and Marvin get both of the rest days off, so that's why there are pinch hitters on the bench days. All right, first pitch to Tom is called a strike. Pops this one up. Looks like Buck is going to take care of that in front of home plate. 2 down. Kester, 1 for 3. He did walk in his last at bat. Grounds this one to first, and that will end the top of the 9th. A 1-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Luis Castillo will lead things off for the Mets. We will go put Shibuya into the game to get his, I think this would be save 53. I thought I saw somebody with the green status mark, which shows they're hurt, but I think I was just seeing the left-handed pitcher green out of the corner of my eye. So Shibuya has been a little shaky as of late. He's gotten all the saves, but he's allowed some base runners and allowed some runs here late. Doesn't have that wiggle room today. Castillo starts off with the ball and swings and misses at the changeup. Hits this one, foul. Chief tried to dive at it, but could not really come close. 1-2. Another fouled ground ball. And that one out of the zone. Castillo does not chase it. 2-2. Hits this one back to Shibuya. He can't come up with it. Kester no play once he grabs the ball. So that's a leadoff hit. I think you probably have to classify that as an infield hit. Umbria at the plate. His first at-bat of the day. Has a 1-1 count. Ground ball to second. To second, back to first, in time, 4-6-3 double play, and Shibuya has to appreciate that. So Carlos Delgado now looks at strike 1, swings and misses to make it 0-2. Shibuya gets a ground ball to third, Chief on to first, in time, and that will be your ball game. A tight one today. Your final score, Indianapolis Squirrels 1, New York Mets 0. Say just the one run, which was scratched out. Nobody on either team really hit the ball hard today. The Squirrels just here in the third put a couple hits together in the right order. The Mets had chances to tie it up, but just could not cash in. Shibuya and Chief will share your player of the game honors. Thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we'll have Game 2 here in New York coming tomorrow. We'll see you then.